experts for joining us and taking us through their views on the markets, giving us a handful of trading ideas, and of course solving our viewer queries. And with that, we shift focus to the commodity space. We have Tejas Anil Shigrekar. He's a senior technical analyst of commodities and currencies at Angel One, who's joining us on the show. Tejas, good morning. Thanks for taking the time out. Let's start with your view on gold. How are you trading this one?
It's a good to see you overall. Momentum is still intact. I see there is opportunities are still in night on the gold and silver precious metals, as well as when we look at the overall perspective, when we see the Fed effect, it's keep coming on from the lower level, and right now it's reached on the very height of time. When we see the technical level are overbought, so we can prefer to go short at 76,340. It is a selling level, and keeping the stop loss 76,590. Target will be the 75,850 for the evening session.
All right, and moving on, what about, well, silver? How are you looking at that? Because there's clearly a lot more positive traction here as well in this precious metal.
Yeah. So when we see the overall metals pack, it's a very trajectory to see more forward contracts are getting leaner and having the selling pressure overall. So for the silver, expecting we are on a selling pressure on the higher level. So 90 to 470 is selling level, and keeping the stop loss of 93,300. Target will be 91,200.
Okay. And moving on, what can you tell us about crude? Because that's also come into the fore because of the conflict in West Asia. And on the other hand, you also have OPEC suggestions which could likely increase production going forward. Tejas, what is your reading here, and what is your view on crude oil right now?
See the metal as well as the when you see the crude oil and natural gas packs are also the more or less whenever the momentum is happening, and last month also I given a very good support at 5,500 level. Now it's moving on a higher level, so we are expecting the rally will still continue and keeping the buying levels on the more or less. So we expecting the 6,000 mark is going to be reached and sooner again, and 6130 it is a major target where resistance of the 62,000. So yeah, so keeping a stop loss of 5,720. We are expecting for the evening session it's 61,130.
Okay, and finally coming down to base metals, Tejas, any interesting views here, and calls for that matter?
The energy pack is always see the larger momentum on the lower level. So we keep expecting the higher level is going to be reached sooner. And from the pack of the metal, there's a copper is having the good momentum from the lower level. Now it's reached again on the overbought situations. We are giving the selling call for the 867 is a resistance level. So we are keeping the stop loss of 71. Target will be the 859.
All right. Well, Tejas, we leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us and taking us through your views on these commodities. With that, we're out of time on this edition of the F&O show, but lost my lineup on the other side.